Hi, I'm Phil Talamo, president of PER,
I'm Jim Palatine, president of Pharmacy Times Continuing Education.
and we're here to talk about some current events in the CME and CE space. So Jim, we're about a year into this pandemic and everything working virtually now. How have you guys adapted to make sure that you're providing really good education to pharmacists?
Well, obviously, the pandemic has caused us all to shift what we're doing. The first shift we've seen is there's incredible opportunity for more engagement online. We're seeing the number of questions from the audience come in, and that's something that we typically didn't see when we were live and in person. We'll see hundreds of questions to the faculty, and it's a challenge to get back to all these questions. They're all valid questions. So we're trying to work through that. I see that's an opportunity for us to provide information back to our funders about the questions that are being asked by the attendees. The other issue we're seeing is there's fatigue on virtual fatigue. And so pharmacists want to see shorter, bite-sized pieces of education. The challenge with that is that on CME side, you can accredit for a quarter hour or a half hour, and we're trying to bookmark a lot of our longer activities so that they can come back to them and take them at a future time.
For us with PER and the shift to virtual, we've seen a lot of changes to the way that we're actually developing the programs as well. So the interactivity is there. We do a webcast almost every night. It's pretty incredible. But the content has shifted a little bit too, especially on the physician side. Usually you're trying to find the most updated way to treat a patient with lung cancer or rheumatoid arthritis. But in today's environment, it's not just treating lung cancer, it's treating lung cancer during COVID. It's treating RA during COVID. So every webcast that we do actually has like 5 to 10 minutes of COVID talk in there on what these physicians need to be considering, because it really is an integral thing that they have to consider when they're treating any new patient. And a lot of times it's even through telemedicine, so there's another layer in there as well. So trying to take a real snapshot of what the environment looks like, we're trying to make sure our education is really fulfilling that need.
Excellent. Is that something that you'll continue as we have vaccines and we go back to the live environment?
I think so, especially as more and more vaccines come out and there are more FDA-approved products. The way that these are all interacting, it's still new. So CME and CE really provides that good umbrella and the coverage and the forum to be able to have those conversations.
So Phil, we've done an incredible job transitioning to the virtual world. What do you think healthcare providers are missing that they were getting before when they were at live meeting?
So I think that we've done a lot of really good things with the virtual environment, but the one thing that's been missing has been the one-on-one interaction that the participants and really the frontline trench healthcare workers have with the KOLs, right? The ones that are running these clinical trial departments at Yale and Sloan Kettering and MD Anderson. And a lot of times that happens at the buffet, right? You're picking up your eggs and you say, "Wow, Dr. Palatine, I really enjoyed your talk, but I have a patient that has bang, 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 bang," and you see them sneak a piece of paper out of their pocket and they actually read the pathology reports. It's wild when you see it. Trying to figure out ways that we can mirror that or mimic that and maintain those one-on-one interactions so that the audience and the participants and these people that are really kind of up to their neck in cases are getting that high level advice and guidance and expertise on these. So whether we can do them in breakout groups or office hours or create these new formats that we're doing right now where you have like an oncologist on call to get a second opinion or some expert interpretation of a new test, those are the things that are missing that we're really trying to plug the hole with.
Have you used online communities to any success?
We have, and they've been pretty interesting too as well. And I still don't think anything is going to replace that, grab somebody at the coffee bar and ask them a question because of the intimacy that happens with that. But I think we're doing a good job with some of these technologies. How about you? Have you used any of these communities?
Well, we have used communities, and they've been successful, and I think it does generate that awareness and conversation. But to your point earlier, there's nothing like curbsiding someone, whether it's a colleague or a KOL, and asking them what they think of the latest clinical data or the device that just got approved or the new therapy and treatment option. So I think that mingling is something that we all miss. We all miss that today, is that social interaction, which I think we all need. And I think that will drive people back to live meetings and certainly will be different at first, but I do think that'll drive healthcare providers back in a safe format to interact. and that's needed.